Hello everyone, this is Deepa Bhatia Dhingra and here's my implementation video for PITP 3330. The course that I have revised is TV advertising sales in a multiple platform world, which is targeted at entry to mid-level advertising sales executives, media planners and advertising executives in ad agencies. In today's implementation video, I'm going to just take you through the course overview and the tabs that I have created on the LMS and the module 1 of media environment analysis. Before we get into the module 1, let's look at the sketch and the design for the overall course overview. So we have the introduction video first, in which we are talking about the course purpose and structure, how module 1 fits in and how the learning happens and what's expected from the learners, and we have the welcome video link here. And it also has a course goal which tells the learners about what they will be able to do with this, which is confidently plan, pitch, negotiate, execute, and evaluate integrated TV and digital and OTT advertising campaigns. Then we have the details of the instructor, which has been given here, the email ID, the office hours, the session link. All the details are given here. Then we have the Zoom class details here with the meeting ID, passcode. There are 10 sessions across the 6 modules, and which happens every Saturday for 3 hours each at 5 p.m. PST. So all the details are given here, and it also talks about what is expected in the live sessions. Then we go to the course structure and assessment. The course has 6 modules. Module 1 talks about the media environment analysis. Module 2 about client needs analysis. Module 3 is about media proposal development. Module 4 is about sales presentation and negotiation. Module 5 is about campaign execution and analysis, and Module 6 is about professional growth and reflection. All these modules build on each one, and you cover right from the media environment analysis to finally the professional growth and reflection from the learning of all the 6 modules. Then we move to the assessment. There are 6 components on the assessment component grid with the weightage clearly given to each one of them, so that they understand what is going to be given, how much weightage, and it reflects all real workplace tasks. Then we move to Moodle. That's the LMS that we are using here, and in this we give details about how to navigate for all the newcomers and the links where the assignments have to be submitted and where does the instructor gives the feedback grading area. Then we also talk about how to make most of this course. Then we get into the professional agreement which the students need to sign before the week 1 itself, and then there is a reflection project which runs across the whole course. It records of how the learners have grown, learned, and it carries them into their career, and there are submission links. The reflection can be submitted in the written or a video reflection format. So these details are covered and links are there in module 6, and then you have the recordings of each of the sessions, Zoom link sessions, and it's posted within the 24 hours of each live class. There's academic support, technical help, accessibility services, and career support. So all this is covered in the overall course, and now we move to the module 1 of this course, which is media environment analysis. Basically here we analyze and interpret the TV media sales environment. This is the foundation of the entire course, where the learners get to know that how, by clubbing linear channels, streaming platforms, connected devices, campaigns can be effectively pitched and sold to the clients and help them earn more revenue. This is a 2-week course. It happens on the first 2 Saturdays out of the 10 Saturdays. It has 2 Zoom sessions at 5 p.m. It has a resource guide which is about 90 minutes it takes to prepare and go through them, which is need to be reviewed before week 1. It also is aligned to the outcomes A1 to A4 as per the DACOM sheet. It also has 2 applied activities. Then we get into step 1, where there is an introduction video. This introduction covers the ecosystem, the 2-week plan, what they will practice, how assessment works. This has already been submitted by me in the Moodle platform. Then we move into step 2, which is the Zoom details for the classes. It has the link, passcode, and the schedule. Then we move into the week by week session plan. It has 2 working sessions where the learners are expected to come with their own learnings and prior experience. The first week is a 3-hour session in which we cover outcome A1 and A2. In this, we have a TV, digital, OTT ecosystem walkthrough, the entire media stakeholders list and why they matter, and then we do a ecosystem mapping exercise and case study discussion with the group. In the week 2, which is 2 hours, we cover outcome A3 and A4, and the balance 1 hour of week 2 we cover module 2. In this, we do rating, TRP, reach and frequency practice. We do TV versus digital, OTT. We basically cover the strengths of TV plus digital and OTT and how this learning can help the sales guys win more deals. And then they present their ecosystem map. There is a module quiz after the session, and then they submit their ecosystem map, and then there is a quiz by end of the week 2. Between the sessions, learners expected to go through the resources, complete the discussion forum, work on the ecosystem map, and after week 2 they submit all of this and watch recordings if required. Then we come to step 4, which is about all the resources which are available. So there are 3 videos. There is a PDF, there's an article and a case study. All of this, if they go through it, then it just helps them building a prior knowledge before the week 1 starts. And then they could also work upon a campaign which they have worked upon or they have seen as a consumer. Some calculations needs to be done for the GRP, TRP, all of that. So they need to get a calculator and any questions that they have. Now let's move to step 5, which is how the design of the module. So it is a competency based education DECOM aligned course, but it has a constructive alignment where all of outcomes, activity assessments are clearly aligned. It is a fully synchronous course with 80% live interactive sessions and 20% self-paced resources, forums and reflection. It starts with being instructor led, and then it is peer supported, and then learners are expected to be on their own. And instructor role is more of a presenter moving to facilitator and a coach, and the learning style is real world application so that they apply their learnings in the job as of yesterday. Then we move to learning outcomes, and in this, by the end of module 1, the learners will know exactly what they will be able to do. So they will be able to understand linear TV, connected TV, OTT, and explain the landscape to the client clearly and confidently, much more than television. And then they will also know who are the key stakeholders, broadcasters, agency clients, measurement firms, tech providers, and all of that. And they would know that who influences the decision, when and where. And then there is a rating, interpretation, TRP, reach and frequency. So they would be able to turn a data report into a story which they can share with their client and give the strengths of the campaign backed by data. Then they would be able to identify which platform works best for any campaign requirement, whether it's TV, digital, OTT, or a combination of all of them. And then they will be actually doing an activity on multi-platform campaign ecosystem, showing the platform, the stakeholders, and how the data flows. So they will be able to make a visual map themselves and share with the client, and they would be able to also use the data to support and justify their pitch to the client. So it's clearly laid out as to what the outcomes would be. Then we move to learning activities. So each activity has a clear purpose and a direct connection to the real media sales work. We have ecosystem mapping, where we map the campaign, platform, stakeholders, data flows, and decision points. We have ratings practice, so they will work with the research numbers, TRP, reach and frequency, figure out which time band delivers better for the client target audience and make a more effective plan. There will be case discussions, real life case discussions, and the learners bring with them their group with the prior experience, whatever case studies they have worked upon. Then there is a discussion forum with a weekly prompt every week. And then there is, of course, breakout collaborations with small groups, real problem perspectives from all the learners since they come from different backgrounds. All of this come together under learning activities. And finally, we have also the assessment. Each assessment is practical, is competency-based and workplace aligned. We have ecosystem mapping, which is an applied task, which is to be submitted on Moodle end of week 2. There is participation in classes, so discussion, breakout, how you deliberate all the responses and participate and help each other and give feedback and feed forward. And then there are quick quizzes on the objectives A1 to A4. which will be basically aligning with the concepts that have been taught in the class. So as I mentioned, it will be all competency based and workplace aligned. And then there is building the professional network, in which there is prior introduction, discussion forum, breakout groups, and shared experiences, where the learners get a chance to interact with each other who come from different markets, channels, and clients, and it helps them bringing more real life experience learning, all which they can take back to their workplace. And finally, there is support and technical help, in which we cover technical issues, problem navigation, learning guidance through the instructor, and a safe learning environment which is respectful, inclusive, and a professional space. So this is overall my design template for this course and for module 1 specifically. I would really appreciate some feed forward as to how this design experience has been for you all. It will help me improve this and make the learner's experience better in real case. So thank you so much for spending time and watching this. Look forward to your feedback. Thank you. Have a nice day.